Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we're going to take a quick look over Polkadot and have a look at some key levels where we can use to either buy in, accumulate, or just in general take profit. So we'll take a look at the asset in the USDT pairing first, and then we'll have a look at the BTC pairing and see what's going on there. Looking to the right hand side, Bitcoin's had a little bit of a rejection and it is bringing investor markets with it. Few key levels just to monitor here. This is a daily level at 45,500. Look at that, several wicks, probably 4 wicks there where we use it as support. And we've been up and touched that to an absolute T and got a slight rejection. I think buys, if you're looking for buys on Bitcoin, 42k is that natural psychological area where if you're looking the past here, it has rejected there, bounce there. So it's a key fundamental area where there's going to be a lot of liquidity. So I reckon if you're looking for buys, 42k is a nice area to target, and then vice versa, sells at 45 and then also sells at 41,800. We've had a little bit of pullback so far, and that is pretty much dropping into the rest of the market. As you can see, like I said, field of red down right hand side blocks taking an absolute hammer in, and some other assets are taking a hammer as well. But you've got to take the rough with the smooth, and we have had a good bounce. Previously, I did a video and I identified this block here, which was a good area to buy, and I would have said ladder orders from $22 all the way down to 15, and then keep some spare change just in case the market just continue to correct down at $10. I'm not saying that is not out of a question yet, because we could have just had a little relief bounce on Bitcoin in the market, and we could hit this level of resistance here and then start to tumble down. So if you are looking for orders to be filled, again, I'd still be doing the same. I'd ladder them down from 22. I know we're currently at 21.37, but I'd ladder them down from market prices all the way down to $10. Majority of it, I would have bulk of orders within this block between $15 and $16. I think it's a decent area for you to target. Looking at the moving averages, I use the 50 and the 20, and we've been bearish for a while. We had a bearish cross up here on the 26th of November. Rest of the market's been pretty much in shit state, and that has been following through. But if we do start to get some closures above this level of resistance here at 2280, and we start to form a bit of a baseline here, I think there's a good chance that we will soon get a moving average crossover. If this price action does something like that, I think we will start to see these moving averages get a little bit closer and potentially form a bit of a bullish cross. I'm not going to say it's happened tomorrow, but over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, you could potentially see a crossover here towards the end of Feb, and then that will flip us back bullish. One thing we need to do to flip back bullish is regain this 50. Usually the 20 is not so much of a bullish or a bias switching area. As you can see here, we was getting above that 20 plenty of times, and we kept rejecting off that 50. So 50 is the key level. Whenever we break and get trading price action back above that 50, we really tend to grow. If you look, even back here, we managed to get above that 50 and we stayed above it for a long time. We're then below it, and vice versa. Once we got back above this 50 and flipped to support back in July of last year, price action was favourable, and we used that as support all the way through. And in a bearish scenario, you are rejecting off it like we did here. So that is the first thing we need to do. I reckon over the next 2 to 3 weeks, if we can reclaim that 50, price action would probably be around $24, $25, and then we can start to push up and look to take some profit. Short term, if you're looking to take some profit, I would still target this as a selling area around $23.94, $24. I think that's a good area where you could potentially look to either skim some profit off or just use it as an accumulation point. So look to potentially sell it at this region on the 50 and then buy back in on this 20 around $20. So looking at sells at 24 and then buys at 21. I think that could be a nice little bit of a range where you could accumulate. But remember, price action can dump right through, and we could be looking back at buys at $15, $16. RSI is bang on mid-ground at 50%, so that is showing that we've got room to grow and also room to sell off too. I'm not going to go into other time frames because we're looking a bit of a broader perspective of this and looking from the high time frames. I think if we're going down to lower time frames, it's looking majorly bullish. If you zoom right into the hourly, you can see we are trending up now and it's starting to look good. But to get a better perspective, you're better off looking at the daily time frame. And that's all we're going to do for now. I mean, if you wanted to look at some potential buy zones on this time frame, we could use fibs. So that was the top move. Sorry, the bottom move. That's the top move. As you can see, we've been using this 382 level as support all the way through this move now. So I mean, buys at 21.21 could be a decent level to potentially target. RSI is starting to drop off, so we could be looking at potential buys coming up very, very soon. So as you can see, RSI is dropping off. If we get down towards this oversold territory, we would be in with this area, even down at 1997, down at about 618 golden ratio, could be another decent level. So if you're looking for buys on the lower time frames to accumulate 2121 down to 1997, I think those are going to be decent areas for you to look at targeting. But zooming back into current play, get rid of those fibs now. That's areas to sell, areas to buy. Major areas which I will be accumulating. I'm not looking to accumulate on these lower time frames, but for me, I'll be looking to sell portions on my bag at 37.33, 46.31, and all-time highs up at 55. I will be selling potentially 5 or 10% of my holdings at these levels just in order to buy back in. Because what we will do is we will reject off these areas here. It always happens. Support and resistance is your friend, and we will reject off one of those areas. When we come up, we'll bounce off it, rejection, and I'll be looking to buy back in with another 5 to 10%, depending on how much I sell. But those are big levels where you should be looking to accumulate. Price targets after that, who knows? What we will do though is when we start getting up to those levels, we'll plot some Fibonacci extensions, and we'll see where the price could really start to take us over the course of the next few years. So that's pretty much the analysis on the USDT pairing. If we just switch over to BTC pairing, this is one I'm slightly bearish on. Whenever Bitcoin price action itself is pushing to the upside, which it's starting to do now, and starting to reclaim some market dominance back, you would expect the Bitcoin pairs, so the Satoshis, to start to dwindle. You might not think it, but there's a good chance that the Bitcoin Satoshi pair could come down to 3,500 sats. Currently at just under 5,000 sats. What I will be doing now is laddering orders in from this current price all the way down to 3,500. I do not see it ever going below there. To be honest, it was a clear confluent area there, and I think that is a good chance that if the market does start pushing up in terms of Bitcoin pulling back the market dominance, I think that's an area where you could really start to look to load up in Bitcoin. What we're expecting on Bitcoin, I'm expecting a rally, whether that's tomorrow or whether that's in 6 months' time. I'm expecting a nice steady growth of Bitcoin dominance up to 52%. If that does happen, Satoshis will start to burn a little bit, and once the price action does get up here, whatever price Bitcoin is, you should be looking to sell Bitcoin into altcoins. In that time, BTC values of Satoshis on Polkadot, for example, will be down at these levels, in my opinion. I think that's a good chance where you should be looking to take if the market does allow, and if it does happen in that way that I'm pretty much talking about. So, but that's it. That's my thoughts on Polkadot in both the USDT and the BTC pairings. If you want to watch more videos like this, then please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.